We really are experiencing the weirdest and wildest of golf times. The Doral Open is happening, and things have been spicing up a bit too much for our comfort because, of course, Donald Trump is involved too. And you know, when he makes an appearance, things are bound to get more interesting. In this video, let's discuss Trump, alligators, and a $50 million prize, and how the first season of LIV Golf reached its finale. Starting off with Trump graces golf. The Blue Monster at Doral is seeing a controversial series come to an end, and the players are saying that they're glad to have left the PGA Tour. Yikes, right? So they're not even being subtle anymore about choosing sides. Let us paint you a picture. By the time Team Trump reached the 10th tee, the attendants were waiting, and an acolyte yelled the swing looked like another 4 years as Trump carried the water with a pretty good drive. Then Donald Trump replied, "You think Biden could do that?" Yeah, here we go. We have politics here some more. There's more though. He continued to say that Biden wouldn't be able to reach the ladies' tee, but it's funnier because neither could Eric Trump, who topped his shot into a pond infested with alligators. It's quite poetic that this $50 million finale of LIV Golf's only season is taking place at the Blue Monster that Trump owns. It's also pretty interesting that this event is happening when it is. So of course, many people believe that Saudi Arabia created this with a pretentious scheme because it's finding itself in direct and many vicious conflicts with golf's traditional ecosystem. This event is messing it all up, and it's causing a lot of turbulence, you guys. Things just aren't settling down here. The Doral Open used to be a PGA Tour from 1962 until 2006, when Tiger Woods won back-to-back titles. Then he also won in 2007 when it was renamed and rebranded as World Golf Championship. Speaking of, the controversial caps. It was created in part to delay LIV, which was becoming a threat to the golf status quo. Norman now must laugh at all the coincidences, huh? Gone are the days of World Golf Championship branded hats in the shops. We now have Make America Great Again caps being sold for $36 a piece. Then, the final staging of the WGC came in 2016 when a switch to Mexico City made Trump furious, and he said that he hoped they had kidnapping insurance. Some think LIV has stolen this sport's heart. What we know for sure is that this body has definitely shaken golf to its very foundations. The fact that Saudi Arabia invested $2 billion to see it become successful isn't even that big a deal when you think major champions are endorsing this thing in the media. This has proven a lot of skeptics very wrong. And on Thursday, Trump played with two of these major champions, Brooks Koepka and Sergio Garcia. And Koepka enjoyed it, saying it was fun. He also said that Trump didn't give him any tips because he didn't want him to beat him. He continued to say that despite that, he had a great time and that it's always fun playing with him. Did you know Trump is actually a great putter? Well, now you know. Oh, and you should also know that professional golfers typically lean to the right in the USA. So that's one of the reasons why these golfers are so into LIV Golf. Moving on, the issue of legitimacy. Koepka played his 9-hole stretch in 6 under par, which kinda was a reminder that not every LIV golfer is going to be bound to the knacker's yard. It also is clear that the people in South Florida have grown tired of having questions about their morality thrown at them about accepting Saudi money. They also seem tired of the feuds between the tours and the broken relationships between the golfers that used to be on great terms with each other previously. "I don't have a problem," said Garcia when asked whether his friendships had been broken beyond repair after LIV's emergence. He continued to say that they were asking the wrong person this question, and the only thing he's going to say was that he didn't have a problem with any of them. This is the 8th tournament that's come out of LIV's controversial existence. Others have happened between London and Bangkok, which also drew the interest of people. One of the key problems for LIV remains that without a broadcast deal, their visibility is limited. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that the official World Golf Rankings is still not willing to accept it, despite LIV arguing with a degree of legitimacy that it falls under all the rules that should allow it to participate. So it's established that LIV isn't making golf simple again, as Friday saw that teams seeded from 5 to 12 and the top 4 received a bye. Next up, the sense of theater. They also competed in both individual and foursome matches. The higher-ranked teams selected their opposition, with teams 1 to 4 joining Friday's winners on Saturday. 4 groups will go to the team championship. Then stroke play will happen on day 3, with the lowest collective score marking the total winners. Because of all these trebles, a share of $16 million sits before LIV for the rest of 2022. And because of that, the figure who's looked haunted for most of the year, Phil Mickelson, looks at ease. Koepka, who has battled stubborn injury issues, doesn't have the character of a man with any regrets. He said that he didn't really have any expectations when he came into this event and was just happy to see how it went. The 4-time winner also said that it's been great and he's seen a lot of smiles on people's faces. He thinks everyone is genuinely happy here and caddies are treated like actual human beings. He continued, "I have seen both sides and not everyone has done that. The way everybody is treated is fantastic." True, many people are going to be rolling their eyes at Koepka's statement because there's still a lot of skepticism about whether LIV will grow or shut down soon, but what we do know for sure is that it's most certainly developed into golf's disruption program, and Trump's involvement just adds more to the drama that it's already become. Now that we know what happened in the first season of LIV, let's move on and talk a little more more about Donald Trump at this event and what he said. First off, the good people. Trump didn't waste any time saying on Thursday that the PGA Tour is making a big mistake in not finding a better way to coexist with LIV Golf. Trump spoke with the reporters after the event and criticized the PGA Tour for banning its players who went to play for LIV Golf, insisting that they should have worked with LIV, which is funded by Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, which has obviously caused many people to be furious. Trump went on to say that the tour handled it very badly and that something should happen with the people at the top who let that happen, because they not only had an advantage, but they were also dealing with very good people with unlimited money. Oh man, of course he's talking about the Saudi investors if you weren't sure who he was talking about. Next we have the empath. Trump doesn't believe that something good could ever come out of this situation, and that something could have been worked out very easily if they wanted to. Trump and his family have acted in many ways to be partial to the Saudi government and the PIF, well, beyond holding the LIV events at his golf courses, of course. If you didn't know, Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, has apparently received a $2 billion investment from the PIF. In response to the rising danger of LIV, the PGA Tour said in August that its biggest stars will commit to a 20-event schedule next year, which includes 12 high events with at least $20 million. Last of all, the big stars. Trump also said that despite all the added bonuses and the revenue opportunities that will be available next year on the PGA Tour, more stars would defect to LIV in the near future. He then went on to say that lots of people were already coming over, and they're big names apparently. Well, let's see who those people are, because there have been quite many rumors about who's joining the LIV and who's not. Trump also said that the star system is always huge, whether it's sports or anything else, and LIV Golf has got stars. But will they be able to make any progress with their stars that are defecting over to LIV? And we'll see. Only time can tell what'll happen to this golfing situation, but no matter what, Trump is pretty excited about it and clearly has shown his support more than once for the Saudi-backed league. That's it from our side for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or thoughts about the LIV Golf's first season that reached its finale and what Trump had to say about the PGA Tour making a big mistake, let us know in the comments below. See you at the next one.